Also 17 aces back there. Second on the team behind Rogers. Attack from Muir. Basilio swings. Outside touch toward the block. There's Carlo Hersden with a kill.
Nice swing there, kind of a little bang bang. Basilio gets his high ball, not able to do something, tries to go off speed. Muir does a nice job handling it. Hersden, quick set there out to the left side, but Hersden rips it off the block. Gives the Macedons a point which they need. Hopefully some pressure here from the service line for the Macedons.
Brody McAfee serving. Machado. Savitsky Lind in the middle makes it look easy.
One thing Ball State can do at a high level is handle the serve, and you're seeing that early. Machado's had options on almost every ball in their serve-receive patterns. They've been able to first ball side out, which means they've been able to score on that first opportunity, and that puts a ton of pressure on the opponents when they're doing that. A deep shot, just really hard to do anything with that.
Banner the quick set. Fosdick takes advantage. Junior from Middleton, Wisconsin.
Like that, Macedons getting a little spicy there. You see,
yeah.
Banner, the outside, the first tempo set into the gap there. Job there. You'll see some people do it, but a lot of times it'll be liberos doing it from behind the 10-foot line. Not always the outsides, or if the outsides do it, sometimes you see them set the left sides, but not usually the middle, so really nice job there.
All Patrick Rogers here.
Yeah, it's been the Rogers show early for Ball State there again. Great set by Machado, and Rogers just on that so fast. Not much you can do about it. They give him a little bit of line to hit, and he finds it. Puts the Cardinals back at the service line.
Savitsky Lind trying to go right down the line, almost had it. 2022 as Hersden releases. Machado. Lewis out of nowhere sends it in.
Great swing by Lewis there on the D ball, the back row attack from the opposite attackers on the right side of the court. Rips that thing high, just not much they can do. Hersden tries to dig that, but just down in front of him. Great swing by Ryan Lewis.
Outside for Muirs, too strong. Right back to Banner, who's had the hot hand, but not this time. Cardinals have a 13-8 lead here in set one, and a timeout for the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. They are out of timeouts here in the first set now, but they know what this first set can mean and don't want this to get any wider than 5.
Yeah, and a couple, I mean, PFW has a couple swings there, just 2 unforced errors, which will kill you. They did a good job kind of shrinking that lead that Ball State had early years, and he's done a great job thus far.
Machado pops it high. Rogers has 4 kills already today. This time it goes to the Mastodons, who shove him backwards. And Coach Gleason was the Damon men's volleyball head coach from 2019 to 2024, first in program's history, and they got inside the top 20, so he knows what he's doing in terms of turning programs into contenders. And this Fort Wayne team ranked 20th in the country this year. Machado for Lewis off the fingertips of the front line.
Rogers just gets that one off the dig, and wow. Hammers that one home for Ball State. Machado's still going to maybe get an assist on that one, and Rogers continuing, go back to the service line again with an ace, the second one here early on in set one. And
early on tonight. Clinical. Almost had another one.
Just outside the line, point goes to the Dons. Making his way back to the serving line, the opposite end of Mountain View, California.
Logan Muir, the junior from Mountain View, California. Just outside down the line.
Ball State University. Back to the line.
The Mastodons out of timeouts after burning through both here in the second set. Ball State has not used one, and the Cardinals have led ever since they jumped out to a 3-0 lead, as this one from Jacob Surratt.
He's bombs away, and a nice mix there on the first serve. Gets another ace for the Cardinals, stretching their lead out to 7 late in this first set.
A lot of work there for Banner to dig it out. Leads to a Hersden swipe home. Man, he has some hops and some pop.
It's a great swing. Again, kind of ball passed off the net. They don't have all the options, but a great set and a great swing. That high line seam shot just outside the block. Nothing you can do with that if you're Ball State's defense, and great swing there from Hersden for the Mastodons.
Machado for Basilio, rejected. Lewis keeps it going, turnaround. Another stop. Purdue Fort Wayne has it with McAfee this time.
It ends up giving Ball State a free ball, and Machado, like he does often, takes a rip at that thing when he's in the front row, and he is as offensive as you get as a setter.
Savitsky Lynn with a nifty set for Rogers. Hersden again right off of Scherer. Carlo Hersden coming to play today.
He's still hanging around here, trying to find some life in set 1.
Outside for Mir. Lewis saves. Rogers rips, and a point for Patrick Rogers.
Finding a way, and I tell you what, Ball State did a really nice job.
That one's also in.
Yeah, I thought it was in live, but you never can tell.
Lewis looked like he made the motion of.
Yeah, I mean, he thought right away it was a kill. Again, it looked live, it looked in, but as hard as these guys hit the ball, it can be tough to see it. Yeah.
The Ball State's challenged twice, and both challenges have been quick in Ball State's favor. Machado finds Lewis, tools the block for a point.
Machado back-setting that ball off the platform, running away from the right side. Just a really nice job. PFW setting up for a triple block against a left side attacker and puts them in a tough spot. Lewis able to find the hands there and get Ball State a point.
Machado again for Rogers. That duo is destroying the front line of Purdue Fort Wayne.
And in rotation 1, Pat Rogers passing on a zone 1 on the right side of the court, so he's hitting. Gets another kill in this set.
Machado, Basilio has it pushed back. Rogers the stop. Basilio, shut down up front. Hello, Brody McAfee and company.
Got a really nice job there. Good job by Basilio to recycle that first one. He gets another chance at it, but just tries to cut that thing too much. Brody McAfee sends it back.
17 blocks in the season for the junior from Westfield, Indiana. Here to the serve, and it touches in.
Yeah, and there you see it. He's had a couple misses so far tonight. Close.
Basilio. Banner shut down. Surrett and Lewis squeeze in front of it and have set point.
Yeah, and a nice job there. Back into a better spot in set 2.
Here's Lucas Machado, and off we go for set number 2. Quick attack from Caden Fosdick, and Purdue Fort Wayne, after falling behind 3-0 in the first set, has the first point.
Yeah, really nice job there by Hopkins to go get that ball, find a way to get it to Fosdick on that gap set. And just finds a little bit of space there in between Surrett and Lewis. Throws it down, gives PFW the first point of set 2.
Look at this from the defensive effort on both teams. Banner with the whack, just out.
Thought there might have been a touch there, but no argument from the bench, from the Mastodons. And Ball State sneaks away with one there. Weren't able to get a lot on that first attempt, but PFW just long on that attempt.
Back to Pat Rogers, who had 7 kills and 2 aces in the first set alone. There's Logan Muir. He said he wanted to see him in the second set, and he's arrived.
Yeah, he's just too good of a player. I mean, you're going to have bad sets. You're going to have sets where you just can't find rhythm, can't get going, but just no surprise there. Hopkins getting him the ball the very first opportunity possible, and you see his ability on display. Rips one inside the block there and gets the kill for the Mastodons.
This was a, hey, let's get this guy get going, and Will Basilio gets going here in the second set too.
It's going to be needed for Ball State. Basilio, no kills, 1 error on 5 swings in the first set. Really didn't take a good swing at one in that first, cuts that down. He's got a nasty wrist away shot. You see it there, 1-on-1, not much McAfee can do. Great shot there by Braden.
Miscommunication from the Mastodons. Rogers for Machado. Again goes for the kill as the setter.
I don't like that.
Outside hitter, huh?
Yeah, I don't love that first attempt there. He tried to kind of go real soft, and luckily for him, PFW kind of mishandled on that. Just had some miscommunication about what they were running on that back row attack. Had to get Ball State the ball and was able to get another opportunity.
There's an ace from Ryan Lewis. Does Lucas Machado, we'll go back to that previous play, does Lucas Machado have free reign to make that call?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about it. I mean, he's one of the best, if not the best, attacking setters in the entire country. He scores at a high rate. I think trying to go off speed there, just trying to mix something else in, you can do it, but you can see he does that and then goes right back and kills one.
I mean, he's a top 5 attacker for Ball State this year.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great. But talk about attackers and top attackers there. Logan Muir again gets going. Another kill there on that, this time on the D ball, that back row set to the right side. Great swing high into that deep seam. Gonna see him get going for the Mastodons. For PFW, Hurston and Banner have done a really nice job so far, both in system but also on some of these balls that are out of system. That one, good rhythm, takes a rip. Machado just late getting out there. Hurston makes him pay, tools him and gets the kill, puts the Mastodon able to get out there. Mayer tries to get a dig on that, gets a good touch. Mastodon's just unable to make a play on that second ball.
Basilio tries to save it, but Hurston collects the kill.
Good rip, and again, we've seen Hurston. He's playing well here, playing clean. This time, again, attacking on the rights. We talked about with Rogers last set, and that rotation 1. Nice high swing. Basilio just unable to handle it.
Another service error for the Mastodons. 8-6 second set. Ball State won the first, 25-18.
And a good rally there. Both sides had a couple attempts, take some rips. PFW does a nice job of covering one of those swings, and then again, finding a way to get that ball to Muir behind. Takes a nice swing, gets the kill.
How about that? Caden Fosdick rolls it off the net and drops it to perfection. That was smooth.
Yeah, just some miscommunication, but a nice job. Kind of hits that off speed, gets a little touch on the tape, slows it down enough to cause some trouble.
Rejected up front. The Mastodons, Owen Banner going to work on the block. And Purdue Fort Wayne has its first lead of the entire match.
Yeah, Rogers trying to rip that thing out off the block, but Banner sends it back.
Another strike from the center, Brody. McAfee in the middle.
Good serve starts this rally off, pulls Ball State off the net. They've got a set. A left side option against a good block and just gave the advantage to PFW throughout that entire one. They get a good rip, they get a free ball back, and Brody McAfee takes care of that point for the Mastodons.
And the Cardinals go right back to work.
Jacob Surratt, quick ending to that rally there. Good pass. Ball State finally finding a first ball pass where they have some options and they can run that middle. A nice job by Machado to find Surratt there, get them out of that run that the Mastodons were on.
What a stop there from
trying to swipe this thing off. Mir does such a nice job at getting his hands over and finishing back into the court there. Doesn't allow him to swipe it off and out. Sends it back. And sends that one out.
A little powerful.
Just out.
Just a bit outside. This is in the recruiting trail. You know that as a coach. Ball State's defensive front line, though, is shutting down PFW right now. And Coach Gleason hops up off the seat. That was an immediate hop.
No real connection there between him and Lewis. Ryan probably should have stayed down, just put it over. Tries to get a touch there, soft off the block, but
so Ball State
sends it back.
Wins a couple of years as Ball State goes back to the middle with Braden Savitsky-Lind. 3 kills on 7 swings for the middle. Of course, Coach Iandolo played at Lewis as a setter. 2-time All-MIVA brings that pedigree to the Cardinals.
Yeah, we talked about great MIVA players earlier. Coach Iandolo was one in his own right. Great setter for some really good Lewis teams in his time, and he understands the importance of these matchups, of these rivalries, and certainly excited to be a part of one here with Ball State.
Rogers back to work, tools the block, and Patrick Rogers already with 9 kills midway through set 2.
Yeah, Rogers continuing what he did in the first set. Not quite the volume he had there, but still finding ways to score for the Cardinals and keep that spread at 2 here late in the second set.
16 swings, hitting over 470. Mir pounds one home. That's the Logan Mir PFW is accustomed to.
Yeah, it's big, heavy heat there, hitting on the left side in this rotation, but Surratt jumps, perfect pass there, all options. The middle for Ball State having to stay with PFW's middle. Gives Mir a one-on-one, and he buries it.
8th in the country in points per set. Mir is dominating so far this second set. Cardinals have a 1-point lead. Banner touches. Scher to Machado, back to Rogers. Off kilter, still knocks one over. PFW plays it with Mir. Why not go back to the hot hand? Patrick Rogers. First to double digits in kills tonight. He's now at 190 on the season.
Yeah, and so he's been able to gain some really good insights, some really valuable things playing on other surfaces, and certainly sand is one of those for him.
Defense holding for the Mastodons. Banner the touch. Scher lifts it to Machado. Here goes Rogers again. This time the one-handed touch. Shut down and rolled back over. Logan Mir's doing it all here in set 2. It's already 5 kills after just 1 in the first set.
Yeah, and that one just, well, you take it and run with it when you get one of those. Just trying to throw that thing over on a bang-bang play and ends up getting the kill.
Back to Rogers, lifts one too far over.
In a way, tries to rip it high, can't find the hands, and ends up tying it back up.
8th service error for the Mastodons tonight. In contrast, Ball State with 6, but has 5 aces compared to the 2 for Purdue Fort Wayne.
Yeah, certainly a better plus-minus there for Ball State, and you can live with it if you're close to 1 or 2 to 1 in the men's game, so long as you're serving aggressively, and Ball State tends to do that. So
Machado, Lewis. Going right back to Banner, slap backwards. Banner again, lets it loose and sends it in.
Really nice job there from PFW. Finding some more offense, and it's tied 19-19 here late in the second set.
Basilio the tap to stop by Hersden. Running start for Banner, but Rogers tracks it. Machado pops it. Lewis drops it. clinical defense to offense.
Yeah, really nice job from Ball State, but from both sides there. Again, you're seeing a high level of play and transition here, able to get some swings to make some defensive plays. Ball State just makes one more. The way those left sides have played for PFW thus far through both sets, it's stressing the defenses of both teams out. When the ball's handled well on serve receive or in transition on the dig, it puts so much pressure on that front row to have to figure out where's that ball being set. It's hard to close and then really hard to dig the ball when you've got guys who have such heavy arms, can hit all the shots, and have had seams to hit in these blocks.
Machado wants offense. The defense stops him. Rogers heaves it over, but it's the Mastodons' point. Double contact on the Cardinals, evens it at 21.
Yeah, just a play. It just kind of came right at Savitsky Lynn there, and he was just trying to touch it over. Kind of a bang-bang play, and puts both hands up.
It's a charm, yes, sir.
Credit to Basilio there. Had a couple opportunities. PFW does a nice job sending it back, and then Machado stays with him. A lot of times people think you're gonna, in one set, two set, three set, you're gonna try to go to somebody else. He goes back, and Basilio throws that one down, finds a way to score for the Cardinals.
Now he's gonna go serve after trying 3 strings in one play. Basilio saves it. High pass to Rogers. Oh, the flamethrower. Hello.
It's an unbelievable swing by Rogers, but Basilio setting that ball where he did from the back corner of the court